Even though we've spoken about different money traumas, I want to distinguish the shame from receiving money from those other money traumas. Money shame in general says, I'm bad with money. I don't deserve to have money. Money is shameful. But receiving shame specifically talks about feeling wrong to accept payment. I don't deserve to keep money. Money should be used to help others and not myself. Self-sabotage is I will undermine my success because some part of me doesn't believe that I deserve it. Manifesting as self-destructive patterns that prevent you from keeping what you earn. The receiving shame is different. You successfully earn money, but you have anxiety around keeping it. The moment you receive the money, your nervous system activates and tells you the money is not safe to hold. You got to get rid of it. With the self-sabotage, you prevent yourself from earning. With receiving shame, you prevent yourself from keeping. Does that difference make sense? With receiving shame, the moment between earning and keeping is where the breakdown happens. You earn the money, you receive it, and then the shame floods in. Then it tells you this is wrong, you got to get rid of it, you don't deserve it. Receiving shame comes from learning early that your needs were not safe to have. Maybe your parents had to sacrifice greatly to provide for you, and you absorbed that message that my existence costs them. My needs are a burden. I should feel guilty for taking resources. Your nervous system learned receiving creates guilt, accepting payment, and you are responsible for someone else's suffering. That's heavy. Maybe you grew up in scarcity where money was tightly controlled. You learned that money was dangerous, that having it meant others didn't. Receiving money became evident of inequality and injustice. Maybe you were given things conditionally. Parent gave you money or gifts, but it attached those expectations to it. And there was guilt around that. You learned that money comes with strings. If you receive, you owe something back. It's never without some type of expectation. Maybe you learned that being good meant being selfless, that wanting things for yourself was selfish, that receiving was taking from somebody else. And your nervous system learned I'm only lovable when I give. Receiving makes me selfish and unlovable. Maybe money was used to control you. A parent withheld it or used it as punishment. You learned money is a weapon, and receiving it puts you in debt or in danger. Maybe you witnessed or experienced financial abuse where someone with money had power over someone with it, and you learned money creates inequality and harm. And I don't want to practice in that dynamic. I want to participate in that. Whatever your specific origin story, the core message is the same that receiving money is not safe. It creates guilt, makes you selfish, makes you just feel wrong. When shame activates after receiving, you do something to try to alleviate it. You might spend it immediately, not consciously deciding to spend, but urgently just needing to get rid of the money, get it out of your hands. And the spending quietly creates its own shame. Even though it's temporarily gone and the guilt eases, there's so much more that comes. Or you might just give it away to someone who needs it, to charity, to family, to a friend in need, in any way you can to transfer the responsibility and shame somewhere else. Or you might do work that balances what you earned. You were paid so much, so you need to give it back. You take on unpaid projects, you over deliver to unpaying clients, you find ways to redistribute the money that you kept. All of these behaviors serve the same function to relieve the unbearable nervous system activation that comes with receiving. And the shame says, can't keep this. This isn't for you. You don't deserve it. So you act to prove the shame right. You don't keep it. You get rid of it. And the nervous system quiets because you've done what the shame demanded. And this creates a cycle. You earn, you receive, shame activates. You get rid of money, relief, until you earn it again. And the cycle repeats and repeats. The core belief underneath receiving the shame is I'm only worthy when I'm giving. My value comes from what I do for others, and my worthiness is determined by my usefulness. Receiving is selfish. If I have, others don't, my having creates their lacking, so I shouldn't have. And this belief creates a nervous system pattern where money feels like evidence. Having that money feels like the evidence of wrongdoing, where keeping anything feels like theft from someone else. You are probably taught this belief specifically by being told to be grateful, think of all the people who have less, or just by watching, just observing. Maybe a parent who sacrificed constantly, or a parent who made you feel guilty for wanting things, or just things that you needed, like school lunch or, whatever, because you're a person and you still need stuff. Whatever the origin, again, the belief became integrated into your nervous system as that core truth about what it means to be a good person. And now, every time you receive money, your nervous system activates to protect you from becoming that bad person. And the shame is your system's way of keeping you aligned with what you learned was moral. Receiving shame cannot be fixed by just being more financially disciplined. That's not how it works. What changes receiving shame is your nervous system gathering that evidence that it's actually safe to receive, that keeping money doesn't make you selfish, that you deserve to have. You are worthy. This starts with first grieving the belief that your worthiness comes from giving, that you aren't enough unless you're providing and doing for others, because that belief protected you and it made sense with what you learned, but it's not true. It looks like very small acts of receiving, maybe accepting a compliment, letting someone help you. I know it's uncomfortable. Maybe receiving a gift without immediately giving something back, keeping a small amount of money that you earn without immediately spending it or giving it away or doing something with it. Each time you receive and you keep without guilt activating, your nervous system gathers evidence. It's okay. Nothing bad happened. I didn't become selfish overnight. I'm still the same person. I didn't hurt anyone. It looks like understanding where the shame came from. What did you learn about money and keeping and generosity and worthiness? What did you witness? What were you taught, implicitly or explicitly? It looks like separating your ability to earn money from your worthiness as a person. Looks like practical changes, keeping a portion of what you earn, even if it's small, $10. And again, not immediately spending it or giving it away or just getting it out of your hands. Building the capacity to tolerate having something just for you. Most importantly, it looks like your nervous system slowly learning, I deserve to have. I'm enough. I'm worthy on my own. Receiving is not selfish. I'm allowed to exist without proving my worth through constant giving. If you want to go deeper, please check out the Boardroom to Butter newsletter. We talk about all of these things. We go deeper, and I always give free gifts each month because it's so important to really be able to apply what we're talking about in a way that really is specific for your situation. And all that information, all those details are in the description below. See you in the next video.